Welcome to Baby Boomer Tales. Thank you for riding along today. You can find us at babyboomertales.com. Once you've arrived at our webpage, you can find links to where you can hear our podcast, a link to our Boomers General Store where you can buy our famous Baby Boomer Tales coffee mug, our YouTube page, and our Twitter page. Pictures of me when I was a boy growing up in those north central Colorado Rocky Mountains. And so much. Whoa, hold on here.
What?
Whoa, what is going on? Stop it.
What?
You guys.
What? What did you say?
You're supposed to come in on cue, not when you feel like it.
We've come to save the day, Jim.
That doesn't mean anything. What are you talking about? I'm going to have to ground you guys if you don't stop
No.
trying to think for yourselves on this podcast.
Why?
I know I want you to think for yourselves, but not while we're doing an episode here. We have to be on a schedule. We rehearse this. What is the big deal here?
We are just little deals, Jim.
Well, all I can say is you guys can go back to the cardboard box. No sugar sprinkled on you tonight. There has to be consequences.
We are sorry. Please don't be mean.
I know. No, I am not being mean. Whatever. Please go get in the box, okay? Just go get in the box. You like it there. It's not a punishment. I'm just trying to do a episode here, and you missed your cue. I apologize for that.
Goodbye.
Yeah, we love the munchies, but man, they can be a handful sometimes. So let's do this housekeeping thing here. A few weeks ago, we did a episode about TV shows, and when I got to the television show Quantum Leap, I said they leaped into the future, and that's not true. They leaped into the past to try to fix something in history or something. Anyway, they never leaped into the future, though, as far as I can tell of any of the episodes I ever saw. Now, if they did, I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm sure the munchies will tell me about it. But you can write us at babyboomertales@gmail.com and tell me or ask me questions or whatever. I'm happy to answer if I have enough time. The next thing is when we went to Colorado, and I just talked about this a couple weeks ago, the family reunion. I said something about our timer on the car was 12 hours to my daughter's house. Well, that was not on the timer. The timer, as soon as you turn the ignition on, the timer starts. And so it took us 12 hours, physical hours. That included stopping and getting something to eat, getting gas, getting a drink, all that stuff that you do on road trip. And it took 12 hours, not 12 actual driving hours. But I did have a few statistics from that trip because her car does all these things, right? The timer, we actually drove 37 hours altogether. That's driving to my daughter's, driving up to my little hometown, driving back to my daughter's, driving home, and driving around town, looking at the sights and whatever, all that stuff. So we drove a total of 37 hours. Our average speed was 48.8. That includes, 75, 80 on the freeways and 15 in the towns. Our average fuel miles per gallon was 27.6, so the car does pretty well. That's why we bought it, is because our old car, even though it was a wonderful vehicle, a Jeep Grand Cherokee, didn't get that kind of mileage. My wife has not been happy with me ever since we traded that car for this one we have today. And we drove a total of 1,802.4 miles. Yoggy doggy, I'll tell you. Vacations aren't really relaxing type things. Now, we used to try flying from Kansas City to Denver and then up into the mountains. But it would take me about 11 hours to drive from my hometown to KC, where it took 8 hours by the time we go to the airport, check in, get there early, wait around, get on the plane, sit on the tarmac, finally take off, go to your destination and circle it for 20 minutes, finally land, have to walk through Denver International, say for example, take a couple trains while you get off your terminal, get your luggage, find your car, etc., etc. So we saved 3 hours by flying, and then you have to rent a car, or what are you going to do? So we drive most of the time. We were into a thing where we took 2 days to drive there, but either I'm so broke or so frugal that we try to do it in 1 day anymore. And it's a tough one. It's a tough drive. Oh, we have a joke. Okay. Elmer Fudd and Daffy Duck are robbing a liquor store. I know that's hard to get your head around, but they've gone bad. They're robbing a liquor store, and Daffy turns to Elmer and asks, "Is this whiskey?" Well, Elmer replied, "Yeah, but not as whiskey as robbing a bank." No. Our unusual fact this week, sloths, the sloth, you're as lazy as a sloth. They hang out in a tree, just a sloth. Sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins. Amazing. Our top 10 55 years ago, that's the top 10 popular songs this week in 1968. Number 10, Hey Jude, The Beatles. Number 9, Hello, I Love You, The Doors. Number 8, Hush, Deep Purple. Number 7, You're All I Need to Get By, Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. Number 6, The House That Jack Built, Aretha Franklin. Number 5, and this is kind of the beginning of the bubblegum era, 1, 2, 3 Red Light, the 1910 Fruit Gum Company. Number 4, Born to Be Wild, Steppenwolf. Number 3, Light My Fire, Jose Feliciano. Number 2, Harper Valley PTA, Jeannie C. Riley. And the number 1 song this week, it's the 5th week at number 1, by the Rascals, People Got to Be Free. As I go through life, I realize that life is consisted of thousands upon thousands of little things. It's the little things that really stay with you. It's the little things that show your character. It's really the little things that make up life. Now I know we have big things, and a lot of big things are not good things. But I just want to talk about the little things. The things that kind of shape us in life. Opening the door for somebody. If it's your girlfriend, or little old lady, or just someone that's walking right behind you going into the same building. You're showing some respect towards your fellow man. Listening. I know we have one mouth and 2 ears, and so we should listen more, but most of us, when we carry on a conversation, we're really not listening to what the person's saying to us. We're waiting so we can interject our view as soon as that person takes a breath. So listening is a very important piece of your human puzzle. Learn to be a listener. Doing something that somebody else wants that maybe you don't want to do. That's what love is all about. Putting someone else first. Putting what they desire before your wants and desires. Sometimes before your needs. Remembering an event that is important to somebody else. Birthdays, anniversaries, some type of life event. If you can remember those, just take a moment out of your day to wish a friend happy birthday, to give someone a call because you know that it's the anniversary of their spouse's death. Let them know you're thinking of them. Whatever. Just remember others. Do something you said you would do. Oh yeah, we'll call you sometime and you never do. Or yeah, thank you for inviting us over. I know it's our turn next. We'll let you know and we'll do something. And you space it out or shine it on or whatever. If you say you're going to do something, show your integrity in this life. And I know that word integrity is thrown around way too much. Do what you say you're going to do. Thank people. My biggest pet peeve in the world anymore is going into a store and buying something and thanking somebody because they're not going to thank you. Or they go, yeah, right, or something, you know? We've all been there. Part of this 21st century we're experiencing. But it doesn't have to be that way. Smile and say thank you. Please and thank you. Remember that. We were raised to do that. Maybe we failed to raise our children and our children's children to do that. I don't know. But it sure is becoming a rarity. Give a small gift for no reason. If it's a little note saying, I'm thinking of you, or I'm praying for you, or you've been on my heart today, or maybe a little flower. Nothing touches a person more than a little kid giving you a flower, or a drawing that they made for you. It doesn't even have to cost a nickel. Help around the house, or help someone at their house. Do the dishes without being asked. Do the trash without being told. Go over and help somebody organize that messy garage if you see them out there struggling. Now, don't go over and say, I've noticed your garage is a pit, and I'm here to help you clean that up, because that's an insult to that person. Be kind. Let your motivation be of the right nature and the right spirit. Do things anonymously. Did I say that word right? You don't have to take the credit for everything you do. In fact, you really don't need to take the credit for anything you do. Think about that. Visit or call someone. Just let them know you're thinking of them. Now, don't go for a visit if you know it's going to make them uncomfortable. You don't even have to go in. Just knock on their door and say, hi, how you doing, my friend? Anymore, we can do that in the form of text or instant message on Facebook, something like that. Just touch a person ever so lightly. Let them know that you're there if they need you. Smile. A smile can replace 1,000 words. A smile can cause a chain reaction where they smile back, and they'll turn and maybe smile to the next person they see. A smile is a powerful, powerful thing. A smile is a gentle thing. A smile shows love. Be kind to children, especially as we get older. Some little rambunctious kid might get on everybody's nerves. Be kind to that kid. There's a reason they're like that. Maybe you can give them a reason to be kind back. Pet someone's dog. Now don't go stick your hand out there and get bit. Best way I can say is maybe let him smell the back of your hand. Just put it down there ever gently. He'll let you know if it's okay to pet him. If you go with your hand open, you could even get bit by a gentle dog. So don't do that. But be nice to dogs. Do something for someone without expecting something in return. Right there is the key to life and happiness. If someone insults you, don't retaliate. This can be hard. This goes right along with forgiveness. Nobody goes through this life without an enemy or an attack on their very well-being. It's not what happens to us so much as how we respond to what happens to us. We all respond great when things are nice and people are, making out over us and telling us how great we are and stuff. But when the tables are turned and things aren't so shiny coming from someone else, let your light shine back. Show respect for your country. I think we're losing a lot of that And I think we need to get that back. Well, my country's not what it was 40 years ago. No, it's the same country. It's the same country our forefathers fought for. Show a little respect. Here's one of my big pet peeves. Put back your shopping cart. Yesterday we went to the Walmart. My wife had to run back in the store, and I put the stuff in the truck. I was going to get in my truck and wait for my wife to come back. And I noticed the shopping carts were just all over the place around this little cart corral they give you. So I just went ahead and I just pushed them all together and got them all in there, and kind of like gathering up your chickens. It wasn't a big deal. It took me 30 seconds. And then there was plenty of room that they weren't laying out there and where people are trying to park and drive. Why people don't do that, I'll never know. I saw a guy just push a cart towards a bunch of cars. You know, it's unnecessary. Just do what's right. Put your shopping cart back where it belongs. Let someone in front of you in a line. Like you're sitting there in a grocery checkout line and a guy is behind you with 2 items. Let him go in front of you. Why not? It's only going to take him a second to check out, where it's going to take you a little bit of time. Maybe someone will do the same for you sometime. Maybe you'll be in a hurry and a smile can tell them how much you appreciated that. Well, that's about all I have. I wrote it down. I was pretty good about following my outline today, I do believe. If you like our podcast, all I ask is that you share it. Wake up with a grateful heart and always be kind. You'll be glad you were. I'll be back next Wednesday. Peace out.